SKAARHOJ leads the way. In Universal Broadcast Control, we offer flexible panel designs that unlock workflows you didn't think possible. And in this video, I will show you how to use a joystick with vMix. Whether it is positioning, scaling, cropping layers, or handling precise PTZ control. So let's go. This is PTZ View, one of our PTZ controllers. We have larger, smaller things in between. This one has great color screens. We won't see that much in this video. We've just picked it because it's a joystick. Cool joystick, by the way. It's a Hall effect joystick. And inside vMix, we have a bunch of sources set up here. I want to bring your attention to one of them, the source, input source number 9 here, which is set up as a multi-viewer. So it has a background and it has 4 layers on top of that with pictures of some individuals. All right. So what I want to show you is that we can actually build this layout with one of the functions that I'm demonstrating today. All right, so we select this one called vMix 29. And on this one, we have 3 pages of menu options that all associate with a joystick. So the first one is which kind of positioning style we're using, normal, yeah, I'll get into that in a moment, but we basically have these pages. I actually think I want to start here because on this page, I can decide which one of my input sources I'm adjusting. That's happening on the first encoder. You may be able to see in the display that it says input multi-view, but I can go all the way down and take any other input here, basically. Okay, so I'll pick number 9 because that's the one that's most interesting. Then I can pick my layer. I have up to 10 I can choose from, and the first one is my background. Now, if I turn it on and off, you see my background is disappearing and appearing again. We'll just keep it. And I can also choose what my background might be. I could choose something else. I could choose Oliver as a background, but I could also go back to the background. So there are ways that you can just select sources for your layers, and you can pick which layer you are working on with the joystick. So what I want to do now is to just pick layer 2, which is the girl in the upper left corner. And then if I move on to the next page, the joystick now assumes a function that allows me to scale and position Charlotte on my canvas here. All right, so maybe I want to have a slightly different layout. Maybe I want to have it, okay, so I'll just positioning like that. Okay, that's fine. But now I want to do some cropping. You see the X and Y positioning are changing around here. And I want to bring attention to the positioning style, because you can also do what is called width and height. And if I do that, now I'm going to spoil a little bit because I'm stretching, which is very useful. If your source is like a slide deck with some, black borders or whatever, it's very easy to then you can stretch it a little bit to get it into shape. Now, let's go back to normal again. So she's in normal proportions. All right. Just put it here. And then if I move on to the next page, wait, actually I want to bring attention to pixels as well, because you can also adjust it in pixels instead of in floating point numbers like here. But that's more like a vMix technicality that you might know yourself if you want to do or not. Now, cropping is left and top. I think I want right and bottom, because I can then basically adjust her the way that I imagine this should be done, about like this. Okay. Very, very easy. Numbers are coming out here on the side. I could also adjust it like this, but the point is that the joystick might be a very convenient way to manipulate these values. Okay, so and now I can go through all the other sources. So that's basically what I wanted to say about adjusting the layers on each input. Essentially, there's a super source behind each of these. That's the name it's known under in other switcher systems. But now we move on to PTZ control, and we have the UpSpot Tiny 2 right here. That's a camera we have out in our showroom, and I can do PTZ control on this. Now, it's a little crude, right? Because this is a USB PTZ camera, tiny camera from UpSpot. Cool. But because vMix allows PTZ control of this, I can also do it with a joystick. And that's what I'm showing. I'm just mapping the joystick to the pan, tilt, zoom functions that vMix is offering, giving me a chance to operate this camera. Yeah, it's a little bit jumpy and so on. But hey, it works. And that's what I wanted to show you. And then the final thing is also PTZ control, but here we are basically using vMix feature of zooming in and navigating around in an existing source. So the drone shot you see here is a video. And as I'm now zooming into this with my joystick, I'm zooming in the source. Again, using vMix functions for doing so. I can also pan to the side. So let's just do that. And I'm zooming out again. All right, so there we go. 3 different ways of using Joystick with vMix, either for positioning your layers and creating compositions, controlling an actual PTZ camera or an NDI camera that has PTZ control, or you can zoom and navigate inside a source. If you like this sort of content, I suggest you like and subscribe to our channel because we have so much more coming out, and suddenly one day there's a detail that you are interested in. Hopefully also this one. But there's so much going on from SKAARHOJ, so much technology in terms of broadcast control that we want to share. But you can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and LinkedIn. You can subscribe to our newsletter, and you can always reach out to our friendly sales and support staff.